Alright, so I'm not entirely sure how much of a meme this mod is, but this is a mod called Funkzone. Specifically that. That is what it is called. It is a little bit of an overhaul of the game, and there's not much that's really affected here in the skill trees. I asked the mod dev what their preferred character was. They said they like to play Axton in their mod, so we're going to play Axton in their mod. Overload is different. It buffs all magazines instead of just for assault rifles, but it also buffs assault rifles even more than normal. We've got Battlefront, which while Saber Turret is active, provides ammo regen instead of, I think, the melee it provided before, so that's pretty cool. We have Right Tool for the Job, which provides different buffs to different weapon types, so that's pretty cool there. We've got Duty Calls, which says kinetic damage now, which I don't think it used to say kinetic damage. We've got Ranger, which buffs a lot more than what it normally is, so that is super duper cool. And then we have Son of a Gun. You learn the language of Torgue weapons and explosions. Also deploying your saber turret detonates a nuke. You can read the other word. Trying to keep it a little bit ad revenue friendly. You know how it is. So I assume this just buffs Torgues and explosives in general or something. That'd be kind of cool. Over here, not really too much difference. Scorched Earth says it turns the turret into a level 3 sentry from TF2. So it should add rockets and shoot faster, question mark, probably. And then I don't think there was too much else over here either. We do have momentum transfer, which is essentially market gardening built into Axton, where if you propel yourself forward with a rocket jump or a grenade jump, you deal increased melee damage until you touch the floor. I don't know if it's until you touch the floor, or if it's just after jumping for a little while, but I hope it's until you touch the floor because that's how it's supposed to function. So that is super cool. Overall, our equipment seems pretty vanilla initially. I have noticed we have a lot more air control, so that does always feel really good whenever we're playing a mod. I do always appreciate that. And then as for the mod itself, it replaces a lot of weapons, so the Madhouse, the Shred of Fire, Stomper, Cowboy, there's a lot of stuff here. All of these are weapon reworks. All of these are vanilla weapons that got changed in some way. We have weapon adjustments, where some of the guns just received general buffs over here. We've got new weapons, which do not replace pre-existing weapons as well. So we got a couple of these down here. And then we have class mod adjustments or new class mods for Axton, which is who we're playing, so that's what I'm looking at. There are, of course, other ones for the other characters. We have shield buffs and reworks over here. And then we also have reduced level scaling, which is nice. We have Funko's Vault Hunter mode, which replaces UVHM, where the enemies have less health and health regen, but Slag's power is reduced, so that you don't feel like you have to crutch on Slag as much, because I know some new players especially have a lot of trouble with thinking they just need to use Slag 24/7 and UVHM. And then also there was a raid boss health nerf, which is fair, and I think it was to kind of compensate for the fact that everyone was just hiding behind a B shield and Slag most of the time. So we'll have to see how that feels as well. Overall, we'll just kind of have to see how the mod feels. I'm expecting to kind of just play through as if it were a normal playthrough, find a couple shiny objects, probably test out raid bosses whenever we get later into UVHM, just because I am curious about how those health nerfs work out. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to expect from the mod. It's kind of a meme a little bit. I've seen some troll out of it, so we'll just play for a little bit and see what happens. Alright. So we are still running BL2 Fix. We are not using the item changes on it though. We're just mainly using the overall quality of life functions of it. We do have the XP multiplier on, which gives you more XP if enemies are overleveled, or it also gives you 3 times XP in UVHM to kind of help with the general progression there. So I don't know if Funkzone messes with XP, but if it does, we're probably going to receive a lot of it really fast. And in which case, I'll just shut off BL2 Fix's version of it, and then just leave the mods on. because that could totally happen. That might be a thing. Oh right, we're gonna have a health gate because we're not playing Fight for Your Life lands. That will be nice. I will actually enjoy that a lot, probably. Alright, big XP. Level 7. Nice. Probably do this a couple more times, though, just in case. There's a BA Slag Skag in the first spawn group? What? That's not normally a thing at all, I don't think. Also more XP. Was literally trying to get this mod to work yesterday, but it said no. All I had to do was make a new character. Actually, yeah, hold on. Let me explain how I got this mod to function, because it did feel a little bit awkward. I made a new Axton, made sure he loaded into the game and became a character I could select. And then I went down and I create new. And then I execute the mod from there. And then I went back up and reselected the actual character I wanted to play on. And that's when I had no issues. It's a little oddly specific, even for a BLCM mod, but that is how I had to do it. And I feel like that's a very important thing to cover, because that is actually, it was a little weird. But that's how I got it to work. But yeah, if you enable the mod with a character selected, it throws out errors. But if you enable the mod and then press new game, the game crashes. So you basically want to create a character and then go back to the home screen, select new character, create new, and then exec the mod, and then switch back to the character you want to actually use. That's how I got it to work without too much issue. I say too much issue, but you just doing all those. That's how I got it to work properly. Also, it does have a couple of supporting Python mods that it needs to run, so whenever you download the mod, just keep those in mind. Probably look out for those. Might be a good idea, perhaps. What? Never mind. We'll just go. We'll get Mordecai to shoot someone or something. This vendor quality is very nice. What? Wait. Did that just give me money? What? Huh? Hold on. No, it's not BL2Fix doing it. Oh, okay. Well, I feel like that's definitely a bug. I don't expect the mod dev to really fix anything in this mod because it is supposed to kind of be a meme, at least a little bit. A lot of the guns do look cool though, but that's odd that that's a thing. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. Go ahead and put our point there. And then, honestly, kind of feeling Snowman DLC already. It's super weird, but this has already felt kind of weird, so we're gonna be a little bit odd. Oh, okay. So here is one of our new class mods. This is the Centurion. It replaces the Specialist, which normally only buffs SMG accuracy, but in this mod it provides crit and weapon accuracy to all weapons. So that's actually kind of a super nice comm, and I'm gonna wait to see what skills come on it, because it's gonna be really hard to convince me not to just use a Grenadier. Yeah, to not just use a Grenadier. Because the Grenadier is just really, really nice, especially even in vanilla. They're a little higher level, but since this is normal mode, it shouldn't matter too much. We should be okay. Yeah, this just kind of feels like playing in UVHM. If not, of course, a little bit easier. This isn't bad. Oh yeah, they nerfed bones in this mod a little bit. So the Bone of the Ancients might not be our best pick. We might actually be encouraged to find something abnormal instead of crouching on like the same 2 relics the entire game. We'll see. We're gonna spec Overload because it doesn't directly say how much it buffs our mag size by. So we need to figure that out. It can't be by much, but hopefully it's decent. It might still be 10% per level though, because looking at the shotgun, base of 25, now it's 27. So maybe it rounds down, which would make it a 10%. So at 5 out of 5, it should be like a 50% mag size buff to all guns, which would be absolutely stupid, and I'm totally down for that. Okay, another skill point, so it should be like, yeah, 30 is probably how that rounds out. Okay, so yeah, 10% per level, it looks like. That air control feels really nice. You know it's going to be a good run whenever you feel like just doing Snowman immediately off spawn, instead of like going and playing the video game like you're supposed to. Yeah, we're going to try to just front on him. I feel like our damage is feeling pretty good.
Big guy coming.
I was right. Oh my goodness, that, yeah, no, that checks out. I don't think the general enemy HP down really kicks in until UVHM, unless it just is always active. Which, that's kind of what that felt like. So, that's odd. It might always be active. Or I'm just really not used to normal BL2 anymore. One of the two. It would also be really funny to find a legendary this way. I doubt that'll happen, but like, fingers crossed a little bit. Metal Storm Overload, Steady Grenadier. I'll take the Slag Launcher because it's just going to be better than anything we have right now. Oh. Yeah. Okay. And then I guess we'll just, yeah, okay, well, early game is done. We don't need to play the rest of normal mode anymore. Cool. Well, let's hit level 15 and then maybe do a couple more snowman runs because apparently we're just going to get good RNG. This is not BL2 Fix related, by the way. This is probably vanilla drop rates, weirdly. And honestly, we might as well just farm a little bit of XP while we're here, since we're already going to be like super over-leveled. And who knows, maybe we'll just get more legendaries. We'll just go win the game by volume. How much XP are you worth? Perfect. Alright, cool. Well, we have a B shield and a cooldown relic now. And we can throw on the Ravager we got from the vendor. Cool. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna stay here for a little bit anyway, though. Alright, any round 2 legendaries? Anybody at all? No, not this time. Okay. That's so stupid.
Happy holiday! My hat! My beautiful hat!
Wait, was that a matching grip Vladoff barrel? Oh, I don't normally use these, but, you know, when in Rome. That's fun. Oh, hey. Sure. So this cuts out our Boom Boom, it cuts out on Badmaw, and probably all the way through mutated Varkids if I had to guess, for our XP farming. So we're not really saving time by doing this, but it is a nice little bit of variety compared to what I've been used to doing for the past couple of runs. So this is nice. It's just good. Purple cooldown relic already, sure. Also, I totally didn't read the B shield at all, and I totally thought it was just doing vanilla stuff, but it just buffs gun damage by 75%, which is still a very large buff. It just won't be as OP on unlisted pellet weapons anymore, and it's still gonna be really strong. And then these exist. Kinetic damage relics that buff non-elemental damage, so that you can actually have some amount of damage buff for your Jacob stuff if you really wanted it. So that's cool, but that's a thing. Wait, that means you never need a new B? It doesn't fall off? That is true. But the capacity is going to feel so horrible that it's going to be tough to use outside of any bossing situation. And there probably are other modded shields that are hopefully better than this, I would imagine. So we'll see if those do exist and if they are better in any way. Although the scaling of the mod is reduced, so this B shield's capacity might be reasonable to use for longer than it would be in vanilla. Probably? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, so at least for this first day, I wouldn't expect anything too incredible to happen. Also, I am curious, do I still get the extra damage while the shield's broken? Doesn't appear so. Okay, I just wanted to check that. But yeah, I wouldn't expect anything too crazy, at least for the first day here. Maybe after we get to day 2 or 3, where we'll start like actually farming out equipment, we'll probably end up getting a couple of OP items and stuff like that. But for today, it's just going to be chill little walk forward from here. Yeah, this is just nice forward progress. The extra movement, like air control here, has felt really fun. But otherwise, I have really just been enjoying pretty much vanilla stuff in terms of our movement and our damage. Hit level 17 real quick, because why not? I guess we'll spec ammo regen, see if it also applies to our rockets real quick. I'm gonna say it probably doesn't apply to rockets. It does not. Okay. Just had to check. You can never be too sure. Yeah, I think we'll probably just try to get pretty much our normal progress done today. Even though we are in a mod and we've done a lot of our rambling, we're kind of just holding the W key and it's kind of just working out. We're just gonna kind of just hit him with a couple of those. It's been a little bit since I've felt multi-shots were like actually useful or fun. So it's nice to have them again. Alright, so once again, we are in Caustic Caverns and yet another playthrough. Who would have guessed it? Because the Varkids are just worth too much XP to not do this. It is absolutely worth it every time. Alright, quick level 21 real quick. We're gonna go ahead and spec Do or Die, which is that extra grenade and rocket launcher damage. We can immediately spec Ranger after specking this. So, does this mean that if I spec this, it might put me down to the capstone already? Because if it does, that means that we get our capstone at level 23. Is that a thing? I hope that's not a thing. Because then we could just get all of the capstones at the same time. We might need to hit level 22 before we end our day so that we can kind of see what that's about, because I want to see that today. So we're going to push story a little bit. We're going to get a Lyuta farm unlocked, and then we'll Lyuta farm to level 22.
Get the moon base to send you an uncalibrated fast travel unit. You can use that to get Sanctuary back on the fast travel network. Simple. Except not at all. Did that thresher just eat the beacon?
This is fun.
Okay, while he's occupied, let's go ahead and deal with Mobley here.
Love a hard kill.
And then Gettle. That was cursed. But it worked.
Congrats.
And the XP relic is vanilla value. That's fair. That's totally understandable.
Wow.
Oh, we got a Varuk, which I don't know if it's been buffed or not in this mod. But it is a normal drop. That is... Ooh, this Grenadier sucks. And we're level 22. So, no, it doesn't give us the capstone. Dang, I was really hoping it would. But I do still think this will require less points to get down here, which still means that maybe, theoretically, we could still do that. So, fingers crossed that's a thing. Oh. It is just a Lyuta. I was totally expecting this to be replaced. I know that some of the weapons out of Clan Wars are, so tomorrow when we play we will definitely be getting those. But I was totally expecting this one to be replaced too. So that is interesting that it's normal. Alright, and I guess that will do it for the first day of Funkzone. So nothing too crazy yet. That B RNG of course was kind of funny though. The fact that we're already at here in the skill tree when we should have to be level like 26 to get down here is very interesting, because that means we could get triple capstones, dig into air control. Air control feels super duper nice. And then next time we will start to invest into some of the other new legendaries probably, if Clan Wars is so generous. And we'll see what that feels like. This has been a pretty fun day one though. So yeah, day one.